hiding people, fantasy deaths, and who's the daddy? We're breaking it all down for you right now on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Well, happy Sunday, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we give you a full recap of NBC's #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I'm joined by my usual gaggle of gals. We have to my car crashing left.
I did not crash my car. Don't start rumors.
Michael Mattis.
Aww.
Potholes are real, y'all. I feel the love.
Car woes.
And, of course, the ever so stylish.
Oh, hi, everyone. Tami Goveia.
Oh. And thank you guys for tuning in live if you are in our chat room. And if you're watching and listening later, thank you for tuning in. And a huge announcement. Thank you guys. Officially on March 5th, we hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for showing the love, sharing the love, and supporting us on this 4-year journey of bringing you recaps right here on AfterBuzz TV of Days of Our Lives. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are DISHIN Days on Facebook and Instagram, and _DISHIN Days on Twitter. The ad is implied. And if you are a huge fan of other soap shows like, I don't know, General Hospital and Young and the Restless, we have recaps for those too. Make sure you tune in to Restless Rap and G's Report right after our show. And hello, if you're listening to us on iTunes, thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you give us 5 stars and leave comments. Let us know how you like us and love us and want more of us.
Ooh, all right. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like us and love us and want more of us.
What did you guys think of this week? I know what I thought.
Well, then why don't you start?
It was an info week.
I was just going to say.
It was an info week. I was just kind of like.
I was gauging the temperature, the drama temperature, and it's like 2.
Yeah.
Wasn't heavy on the drama, but it was good storyline.
But there were some chuckles this week.
Chuckle-licious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There were so many LOL moments.
Yeah, lots of them.
Yeah, and screaming at the TV moments. I had a couple of literally screaming at the TV.
Yeah, like
I was like, oh no, you did not. We'll get to that.
How was it again?
Oh no, you did not.
It was sorry.
Oh, you're still on the share thing, aren't you?
Oh.
Way over.
Anyway,
He was in the car and didn't get there.
Oh. LA's tough on cars.
It is tough. I shouldn't say anything. I just went through car trouble. All right, Michael Mattis, what did you think?
Oh, great, and you're driving me home. So. Hopefully, knock on wood.
Good thing for you, I got your plane. What did you think about this week?
It was good. I agree, info week. Not much movement in terms of story, but a lot of stuff happened, and I have some opinions about some things. And,
Well, let's hear those opinions. Let's find everything out. It's now time to start DISHIN Days. Tamala?
Oh, well, thank you. Nice.
Oh.
I swear.
It's very titillating.
I like that.
Steve, you're great.
Can we do it again, Steve?
You gotta wait.
What?
See? Oh, Steve is great. You gotta give a hand to Steve. He's like
hands, guys, with 2 hands.
he's in on the joke on this show.
Yes.
All right, so let's kick things off with our first storyline, which is the Jack, Jennifer, Eve, JJ, Haley, Abe, Sheila, Kayla, Ela.
Like
Wanda.
everyone's
Everybody.
involved in this.
Yes.
Everybody's got a hand in this.
Yes.
Even Diana was snooping around Horton Square.
Yes.
Which-
in
Looking
the back,
at the flowers.
Yeah.
Can I say, gosh, I wish I could find the clip of the many times that I've had to walk around Horton Town Square and around that flower cart, and I was like, all right, Judith Chapman, I see you back there being like, I was like, I used to do the same thing. You look at the flowers, you smell one, you kind of look over your shoulder. I was like, good on you. Good on you. Been there. Bought the t-shirt at Janet's Boutique. So Jack announced his candidacy for mayor.
Mm-hmm. And the basis of his campaign is immigration.
I really, 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 really wish that Days kept Melinda Trask, and it was the three of them running.
I still want Melinda to be part of this storyline, even without a candidate, but she wasn't really... We didn't see her this week, did we?
No, not at all. I felt like she has exit stage right.
I hope not.
I hope, no.
But
no.
You
may be right, but I hope not.
Yeah, I really, when this storyline was coming about, I was like, I like that Melinda's involved. I like that Jack's involved. I like that Abe was involved. And then I got confused because I thought Jack was already running for mayor, but then he wasn't. But then now that Melinda's out, then now he is. I just really wish I could have seen the three of them. Because I think there's so many interesting things with the three of them.
They're so very different personality-wise that it was fun to watch them all combust and interact.
And to think of the possible storylines, like you have... and all the scandals that could have happened, like, you know, the immigration stuff could have came later, and that could have dealt with Melinda and Jack. And then you have Jack kind of like forgetting this part of his life, but then maybe all of that stuff is coming to light. And then you have Abe, who may be like, you know, doing some inappropriate things with his assistant. Like, you know, it was like literally...
The touching of the hands.
Yes, it was literally the making of such a scandalicious election. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still going to be great, but, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Eve is so shady.
Yeah.
When she kissed... First of all, when she came tramping through, I don't mean like a tramp, but like waltzing through... Horton Town Square with that red jacket on,
vicious red coat,
looking like
oh my god,
looking like the next mayor's wife or mistress. I was like, yes, Eve, come through.
Yeah, very possessive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very. Let me make it clear.
What did we think about the representation of someone who would be on Jack's side about immigration?
What's her name? Sherry?
Well, there was two, wasn't there?
Sheila, the nurse.
It wasn't Sheila.
No, her name wasn't Sheila.
It is Sheila.
Was it?
Oh, no, actually, Shelley.
Shelley. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Shelley.
Shelley, the nurse. Nurse Shelley. Remember Nurse Shelley?
I don't remember. Apparently, she had something before. Yeah.
Yeah, she was on there before. I
forgot.
I can't remember what storyline she was a part of. But Nurse Shelley was on before, and I was like, oh, good on Days for bringing Nurse Shelley back. Mm-hmm. If you're in the chat room and you listen to this now, remind us.
They're talking about it.
When
they haven't
was.
given us the info yet, but
what the backstory is.
Yeah.
So there was some other person.
There was one other person that was like the scene opened and she was shaking Jack's hand and said something about thank you for trying to keep Salem safe and walked off, and Jennifer gave her the
because she was really cute. Is that the really cute
I don't
one?
think she was cute, but you know, I don't
the
know.
nurse.
I don't go that way.
The other. There was another
but
girl.
no, I'm just like they were both. I just think it's interesting that it was both female. There hasn't been a male representation of this, and I'm wondering if if that's intentional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or if there was no no intention
I didn't
behind
even think
it.
about that. Good point.
Just
Jack's highly annoying.
Just made me go but yeah, Jack is annoying.
He's so annoying.
Yeah, not a fan.
In a good way. I mean, I like the story. I like the direction it's going in.
I do too, and I will say when I was posting that that Olivia was going to be here in a lot of the groups on Facebook. Shout out to all the groups that allow me to post in their groups. But one person was like, you know, they didn't like the storyline because it's like pushing this agenda of like what's happening now with immigration and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's kind of to reflect what's happening now.
And soap operas have always done that.
Yeah,
they've always taken
Yeah.
and also the people who are affected by it. You know what I mean? And it's almost like you kind of get a glimpse of both sides.
Yeah.
Because as Nurse Shelley pointed out, she was on the side of, oh, you have these Mexican cartel that's coming in and trying to kill people. You have this Chinese nurse that's like working
took my
here.
brother's job.
Took the brother's job.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you look at Haley, and you're like, but she really worked hard.
She was a kid when she got
She's
here.
not.
She was a kid.
She didn't come to this country with malintent.
Right. She's a great nurse.
Yeah.
And also, she said, if I get shipped back, I I didn't grow up there. I don't know anyone there. I don't speak the
She
language.
can't work there.
Yeah. So it's kind of like what Days is doing that's very great is that they are giving a well-rounded perspective on this topic through the viewpoints and eyes of these different characters.
Yeah.
So there you
And
go.
I do like with a few exceptions, most of the characters seem to be like on Haley's side, like they're willing to help her.
Yes.
And I like that aspect of it.
I like her being just one step ahead of Eli and Lonnie.
The overall tone of this is that this whole immigration issue shouldn't be black and white.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be like
There's lots
you
of
came
gray
here legally,
areas.
you get deported. Like there should be some consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But she's safe though, because she's hiding out in Tripp's loft.
Oh my
it's not safe
gosh.
after Claire found out.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, I think we all felt like Hope and Sierra were going to walk in because Sierra got released from the hospital. And so we thought that, Hope was going to walk in and find Haley, but she was able to hide out. And then I'm like, well, girl, when you went upstairs, don't you know how many bags, like, you traveled with?
I know.
Like, you got there with 2 bags.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you make sure you had both bags? So then Sierra's like, whose bag is this? And then Tripp lied and was like, oh, it's Claire's. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm glad that Sierra kept her cool until the mom left and was like,
I know a knockoff
What you
when
doing?
I see it. When
know.
I see one, Claire
Yeah.
would never have a knockoff.
Claire would never. And then what I love about Sierra is that she got hood for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Where you at, girl? Where you at?
Skanky,
Come
skank,
out
skank.
here, skanky, skank, skank. Where are you at? And I'm just like, I was literally like, now that's the friend you need in life. A Sierra to come through and be like, oh, you doing dirty?
Yeah.
You doing Claire dirty?
Yeah.
Where you at? Where you at, ho? Where you at? Where you at, skanky skank skank? Where you at? Come on and show your face. I know you here. Where you at? And then Haley comes click-clacking down. Mm-hmm.
That was a very funny moment.
See,
She pops
another-
up from behind the couch.
Yes, another chuckle moment. But what I do like is that, Sierra was like, I'm a Brady, and my grandparents came here as immigrants.
Exactly.
Acknowledged her
Yeah.
heritage.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's totally fine.
Unlike,
Claire, on the other hand, is like,
Jealous.
is on the surface like, yeah, girl, it's fine. Let me clutch my man to let you know that what's going on here.
hang in there, Haley.
That part was
that
hilarious.
Was an LOL moment.
And it was
Hang in there.
it was so not genuine.
Oh my god.
It was kind of like she was there, like, yeah, hang in there, girl.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you'll be all right, girl. Just going up to the wall.
Um.
And she made that call to Eve, and I was just like, oh,
my
little Sammy Brady.
God.
Little Sammy Brady coming out.
And Eve encouraging her.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
look out for yourself because no one else is gonna do it.
Nope. And she's like, I know exactly where Haley is.
One
And
thing
I was like,
one thing that's bothering me about this storyline is even though Eve has always been a little bit devious and never had the best of intentions with the things she does, this just makes her kind of hateful. Makes her like I just look at her and I see the face of just a hateful person.
Eve?
And it used to be I used to be like, she would do something and I'd be like, oh, that's Eve, oh, Eve, now it's like she's one of these
lashing
evil,
out.
like hateful people in the world, and I don't like that.
She's lashing out.
yeah, I mean, I think she's really in it for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even think she wants to necessarily be with Jack. I think Eve just likes the fact that she can give it to Jennifer.
That's about revenge. Has nothing
Yeah.
to do. Yeah.
and that
And
conversation.
she's using whoever, Haley, Jack.
Yeah. And that conversation with Brady was, kind of reminded us. She's just like, how much she hates Jennifer. She's like, that woman ruined my life. And I'm like, girl, at what point are you going to get over it?
Yeah.
Like, you're alive and
Like,
walking.
let's be a little accountable.
Yeah. It's, that's interesting. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's pretty much it,
Abe
right?
and Sheila had a moment.
The hand moment.
They had a hand moment,
What
which
does that mean?
We all, listen, these little
Her
moments
hair
that...
looked great, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I
really
love
did.
the wave. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it was
yeah.
so cute.
We all know that there's something building.
Yeah.
And it's really two worlds colliding. Like, Valerie's out of the picture and can't ever make it, and Sheila's always there to help out. And I think the way that they're slowly building it, we're all kind of like Hope eyebrowing it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's
Do you buy
happening
it? Can you buy it? Do you see yourself buying it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really think that they would be really great friends
Yeah.
and like wing people, but I can't see them romantically involved. I saw Abe and Valerie
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great match. But
Is it because they're so different? Or is it
I don't know.
what is it?
I think
I can't put my finger on why, because I agree with you, Tony, but I don't know. I can't figure out why.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know. It maybe just the chemistry just isn't really there.
I
don't know.
They have the good dynamic of like
Partners
boss-
in crime.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I agree with you 100%. Like if they could do some kind of story where they were together, but not, it doesn't have to be romantic.
Yeah.
Like that's always the default, kind of like a man and a woman, two people. They can't just be friends.
Right.
That can't be.
It's got to have some kind of romantic something.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. All right. Well, let's move right along. We have Ben, Sierra, Hope, Claire, Trip, Haley, even Claire, which we kind of covered even Claire already.
Yeah, we did.
And Trip and Haley, and how Trip is hiding her.
So you have these men that just want to save women. That's why Trip. And who brought that up?
I think someone brought that up.
Yeah, someone brought that up. I think Claire maybe had said that to Eve. And Eve said it. It's like, these men in Salem, they just want to save women. They want to just come riding in on their horse and start saving women. And that's kind of what Trip is doing with Haley.
True.
And JJ. They're
yeah.
both doing the same thing.
Yeah. So I feel like someone said it too regarding Brady and Chloe.
Yeah.
But we'll get to
The
that
savior
later.
complex.
Yeah.
But Ben and Ciara broke up.
Yeah, so the week opened up with Ben saying,
I have to.
We can't do
I
this.
have to break up with you, otherwise I'm gonna hurt you.
well, he thinks
I'm afraid
he
of
might.
hurting you, Ciara.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't feel like oh no, they're breaking up.
Well,
I didn't feel that because
didn't-
I know, like, I look at them and I'm like, you two are gonna get together.
Yeah,
I was like, you
it
two are
made
gonna
me
get
sad, and the writing's so good. I mean, there was that one line when she said to him, "You said you'd never hurt me, so why are you breaking my heart?"
Right. Yeah.
I was like, Ron, yeah, that was gorgeous.
That was
good.
that was a good moment.
That was a great moment.
Okay, Sierra,
Yeah.
I'm
and when
with you,
she
girl.
broke down and Hope walked in and she's
And
crying
she was,
on
like,
the
crying
bed.
on the bed.
Oh my God, that was
Oh.
great. It was a beautiful moment just between mother and daughter after
Yeah.
everything that they've gone through.
Yeah.
I like that
And Hope
they're
being
I
there
like that
for
they're
them.
amicable now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like their dynamic a whole lot more when they're well, I like their dynamic period,
Yeah.
but it's nice to see them getting along now.
Yeah. And now that Hope has a better understanding about Ben. And oh my God, finally she saw that, because I was just like, girl, like, it's not Ben. But I'm so worried about Ben because he's so in his feelings about, like, what happened and
It really
how he's
got to him.
changing and everything like that.
I like it because it's complicated and that's how they're writing it.
Yeah.
It's complicated, he's confused, he's unsure, and I like that.
And he and Claire had a very interesting
Yeah.
conversation, and she said something that made me kind of go, all right, Claire, like, I'm with you. That was actually smart. I can't remember the line. Do you remember what she told him?
I remember the moment, but I don't remember exactly.
It was
what she said.
definitely a
Yeah.
moment though that
Yeah.
that made him kind of go, huh, okay, you're.
It was the very
right.
end when he was
Yeah.
leaving.
Well, as he was walking away.
If being in love was sane,
Yeah,
if
that's
being
you're
in
right.
love was a sane thing to do, then
Basically, she was saying you almost have to be insane
crazy
to be in love.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I was like,
He was like,
touche, mon frere.
I remember
Touche.
thinking like, huh.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a good moment.
It had everyone thinking.
But I saw her panic when he told her that they had broken up. I saw Claire
Oh god.
like, oh no.
Yeah, and I
And then
think,
he called her
I
on
think
it.
that, and that was the motivation for her. She kind of remembered about Haley. And
Yeah.
Trip, and she's like, "Oh no, Sierra's not gonna come." Or I guess that wasn't about Sierra. That was more about Haley.
Yeah, but
Claire is
she's
just
afraid
all-
of anyone coming
Yeah,
after
exactly.
after Trip.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ben saying, breaking up with Sierra, so now Sierra's free, or Haley.
And speaking of Claire and Trip, Trip found her lighter.
Yes.
And she covered by saying she picked up smoking.
fire starter. Claire fire
I don't
starter.
know. We did not see. We saw her do
She
this.
started the fire.
We saw her
Why
do
are
this.
you still saying
Because
no?
I did not see her
That's all
light
she
a
obsesses
fire.
about.
Because she's crazy.
She started the fire.
Michael
Okay.
Matters, you are on island for one.
No, we
Yes.
did not. We saw her
He's on
do
that
this.
dream island that
we
Days
did not
created
see her.
years ago.
Okay, if they showed her like actually lighting something on fire, I'd be okay, fine, 100%. She did it.
She
did
ran back
this.
to the cabin because she realized it was not a good thing
She
to leave her
made
in
that
a burning
whole scenario
cabin.
up in her mind
Why?
because she's crazy.
No. There's a reason for crazy.
And we'll find
just
out what the
can't be
reason
crazy.
is. Yeah, you can. Jordan was. We found out why, but maybe you know.
Oh, Me World is mad. She said she started the fire, Michael.
All
period.
caps and me in the
Look at
chat
all the
room. I
caps.
know, like, yell
Like
it. I'm
all caps.
And an exclamation point.
I just don't I don't understand if Claire started the fire, why they presented it to us just by her doing this and not showing her lighting a
because
fire. That is not
because
no.
It is a thing where we know stuff, just like we knew the stuff about Ben and what Ben was doing for Sierra and everything like that. So now we know that Claire did it through Claire's mind and her flashback.
But those could be manufactured in her mind. Those could not be real Those
No.
could possibly not be real flashbacks.
Why
No.
is she so nervous about the discovery of the lighter then?
Because
Why
I
did she
don't
make
know.
up the
That hasn't
spark
been
that
explained.
I started smoking?
Listen, I understand that everyone in Salem has gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, however, I don't believe that
However,
everybody is going to go. Like, this is now turning Claire crazy. And we don't need another Cray.
I mean, last year we had what? 5, like how many people got shot or died? Of course, they're coming back to life now.
Yeah.
However, that was the theme last year. So maybe this is the theme this year. Maybe Ron decided, okay,
Absolutely
crazy is
not.
going to be the theme.
We cancel Christmas on that.
I'm just saying, that's my theory. Prove me wrong, Days of Our Lives.
They
Please.
will.
I just don't understand if they were going to make her the fire starter, why they didn't show her lighting something on fire. They just showed her, like, that's a big letdown for me.
Okay, let me pull you out of Salem and bring you into Los Angeles. They don't have time to show the fire actually starting.
They could.
It's just implied.
It can't
And
be
then you
just
see her
implied.
running.
No, for this big storyline, they need to show it. They can't.
And then she runs.
They can't do implied.
And then she runs. And then she runs.
I don't know.
Like, it wasn't going to go.
I can't take it for face value yet. I just can't.
We'll talk to your other face about it and see if they can take it at face value.
What do you think about Tripp and Haley? No, really? Okay.
No, I mean I'm
Pregnant
not
pause.
for or against it. Like I like them together.
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure yet.
I see Friends. I like her with JJ.
I like her with
She looked
JJ as
gorgeous
well.
coming down the stairs.
Sorry, I totally spaced.
What?
Not Tripp and Haley. I'm okay.
With Tripp and Claire?
Yeah, Tripp and Haley. I don't know.
You're not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
You're okay with Tripp and Claire?
Yeah.
I like Tripp and Claire together.
Tripp looks real forced to be with Claire. I'm sorry. It's looking real forced.
Well, he wouldn't be. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm just saying.
I like JJ and Haley.
I
To,
do
to
too.
answer the question accurately, I like JJ and Haley.
Me too.
There you go.
That's
There
all.
you go. Done.
Who do you like? Which couple do you like?
are
You
you
guys let
feeling,
us know
fans?
in the comments. Do you like Tripp and Haley, JJ and Haley, Tripp and Claire? There you go. Those
There
are
you
your
go.
options. Also, Ben went to work for Stefan.
Yeah. I
But
just dig the two of them.
I know
together.
they do have a good dynamic.
Oh my gosh.
But I like it this time that, like Stefan said, this time it's going to be the opposite. He's protecting someone
Yeah.
instead of
I really-
kidnapping.
again-
And then Brady had his own agenda with that,
And
which
just going back really quick, I loved it when Ben said to Stefan, and again, it's the writing, only on one condition. And Stefan laughed. It's like, oh, you're giving me
Yeah, right.
conditions. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
He said, I won't do anything that victimizes a woman. It's like,
Look
good.
at that.
Good for
was
you.
good. That was a good moment.
Good old Ben.
Yeah.
Ben. Oh, Ben.
Ben.
And then
Oh,
Stefan
Ben.
said, I'm really glad you said that because the job I'm giving you is the complete opposite of that.
I wonder what kind of dynamic we're going to get with Ben and Chloe.
What?
Because
No.
Ben's protecting Chloe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No.
There's going to be a dynamic.
There's going to be I'm not saying
Nothing,
like,
you know.
No,
I'm not saying they need to be romantically
No.
involved. I'm just curious.
I just seen them
It was
interact.
just a comment.
Oh.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So let's see. We have to our question.
I see a lot of Tripp and Claire.
I see a lot of JJ and Haley, Tripp and Claire, JJ and Haley.
Jaylee all the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sarah Yu, who was the first one in the chat room today.
Hey, Sarah,
She canceled her plans to watch
I know.
the show.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, you.
Good for you.
Taylor Carpenter says Trip is looming forced with all the girls. Well, okay. April, I love Trip and Claire. Meryl, who has deemed Claire's middle name as Drew Barrymore, says
That's funny.
Claire Drew doesn't deserve anyone. Period. What is up with everyone being periods today? Trip and
I like her
Claire,
crazy,
Trip and
though.
Claire, Haley and JJ. Aaron voted for JJ and Aaron. So, all right, Aaron Brody. I don't know if that could be possible, but okay.
Okay.
So there we go. All right, moving on to the next one. We have Will, Sunny, Leo,
Wilson.
Diana, John, Marlena, and Victor. Diana has a very vivid imagination.
You know what?
She dreams in sippy tones.
I'm
And I love it.
wondering if they gave them the luxury of improvising. You
They
know,
had to.
That's so funny.
it was so funny.
But
the visuals of Marlena, like, running with bulls in Pamplona.
Planes exploding.
Or planes exploding.
Death by strawberries.
Diana's face for each one showed this like every time she opened the door, John. Marlena died by choking on a strawberry.
And when he blew his nose.
Oh my god.
Like he blew his nose.
But this is what got me was when she opened the door, John, and John was like, Marlena died choking on a strawberry, chocolate covered, and Diana goes, oh, like the face that she. Those were her favorite too. Like it was like. I'm trying to be concerned, but I'm also happy. And her faces were just like I rewind that about 5 times and laughed. It was just one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and each one was funnier than the last. And I was like, because I laughed at first when she first thought of it, and she was like, "Oh, she's not like this, like faint, like concern that she had on her face," and I was like, "Oh my god, like that, like." And then they gave me a full compilation, and I was like. Y'all knew what we needed.
This is what happens when you fantasize like this.
Oh my God.
You think of all these scenarios.
It was so funny, but I always wonder, like Judith Chapman has these eyes that you're like, what you thinking, girl?
Yeah.
Like there's always very
which is the
something
sign of,
behind them.
Yeah.
I love that. Anyway, so. We saw Will and Sunny.
Were you practicing your safe cracking?
Someone in the chat room pointed out, why was Sunny trying to learn how to do a rotary when Diana has a punch? I was like,
Victor's got the old
good
school.
point.
Oh, Diana's got a punch.
Yeah, it's a code. He doesn't have to clickety click. So I don't know. I don't know if that was just an oversight or if
Which
Days
is
was
why
just like.
John had that little tool.
Yeah,
He just, like,
John
clicked,
had
yes.
a tool and like pressed one button and was like, got it. But this all started with Will and Sunny because Will and Sunny figured out a way to get into Diana's room, which, by the way, kudos to the writers again for having the line of like, they just give the key to anybody at Salem. And she was like, they were like, remind me not to stay here anymore. And so, they were like, we're looking for something. And I there's something about the writing that I'm just like, thank you for keeping it so real when they were like, what are we looking for? And it's like, I don't know, but when we find it, we'll know. You know what I mean? I'm like, thanks, because now, it lets us know that you didn't go in there with a plan. You don't know what you're looking for. We know you don't know what you're looking for. Like, what you looking for, girl?
There is that moment when the son, who's the son? Greg. Leo's in the room. And Sunny and Will.
Are people, it was such a
God. That peeping Tom moment was hysterical.
It was such a Lucy and Ethel moment
Yes.
of like Ricky came in and they're both like
it's like
one on
Leo's
top of
got
the
to
other.
feel like somebody's watching him. You know,
Right.
like
Yeah. And I'm glad that Will like turned to John and asked for John's help in, cracking
we
the
got a
safe.
spy in the family.
I like
That
how
was
there was like
hysterical.
the parallel of like Will and Sunny searching for stuff, and then John and Marlena at Victor's house, and Marlena,
I love that whole
Marlena distracting Victor
confrontation.
and Diana
Yes.
while John heads upstairs and gets the toothbrush. And I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. They're like couples, you know. I don't know. I just enjoyed the parallel.
I loved the confrontation between Marlena and John, and Marlena saying, you know, is there something that you want to tell me? She was so Dr. Marlena Evans, even with her husband.
Yeah.
She just folded her hands.
But I like that they didn't make it like they're working together to prove
Exactly.
Diana's lying. They're not. It didn't separate them.
wasn't-
You know what I mean?
Who?
Which Victor said.
John and Marlena.
Yes.
Victor said to Diana's like, honey.
It's gonna take
this
something.
is-
They've been through a lot.
This isn't going
Like,
to do it. You don't
I-
seem to understand.
I hope that they continue that they continued John and Marlena. Like, please don't have them break up again.
No,
Like,
Right.
no,
and
I
it's not
really
like
don't
it's not
think
like I
that'll
ship them to
happen.
high heaven or whatever.
No.
I feel like that's over,
But-
done and done, and just keep them together. Keep them in storylines that have them working together.
Yes. Till penicillin do them part.
But to be honest, I'm very worried because Diana, speaking of people cracking into stuff, she somehow
Yeah.
got into Marlena's office.
Shelley.
Well, yeah, but how did she know the password?
Oh, you know.
She went do. I'm in. And
Leo
then,
couldn't figure out the code to her combination,
but she figured
was
out
able to figure
Marlena's computer.
password.
And so when she found out Marlena was allergic to penicillin, I was like, oh God, something. And Diana looks like she's so like under the radar that like she could devise a plan and it actually happens.
Yeah.
But going back to her and Victor like was just like,
I
yeah,
love
I did what you wanted.
Yeah.
Well, how did she take it? I mean, they've been through a lot. What do you expect? Like he was just very like shady and nonchalant about it that I loved it.
Like, I did what you asked me to do. Now
Yeah.
you do your
now,
part.
Yeah. Now you do something for me.
Yeah.
And then I love that Marlena came in to be the divergent, and like.
While John goes sneaking
Yeah.
upstairs. That was hysterical.
That was
but
funny.
I love that moment where she was like talking to them, and then she was like, "Well, that's all I came to tell you guys about.
Okay.
All right, that's it." And then just left.
And then they
her-
meet outside. Like, did you get it? Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
I
That was
do
a
too.
that was a cute moment. Okay, great. So that's what happened in that. That's it, right? That
Yeah.
Yeah,
happened in that.
Marlena got the paternity results, but we didn't.
We don't
Yes.
see it. Yeah.
Marlena got the paternity results, so we don't know.
We don't know.
who the daddy
Or
is.
do we?
Right, and then
You can never trust the paternity. You can't.
Which that was the whole reason why John went over to the Kyriakis mansion so that he could get some sort of evidence. You know, a piece of hair, a toothbrush, and a plastic bag to find out if he's the father of Leo.
I thought Shelley was somehow, when she gave access to Diana, somehow Diana was going to intercept the test results, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And then there was one. Oh, and then it ended with John getting whatever envelope out of the safe.
Oh, that's right.
And Leo's about to walk in.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that's like. I get nervous when they do cliffhangers like that. I'm like, no,
know.
don't go in. That's how I feel.
I think it might be when Leo enters the room, John will already have read whatever's in the envelope.
Or maybe
We won't
Sonny,
see that,
Sonny and
but-
Will
Distract him outside.
distract Leo.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Oh.
because they were on their way to find
Yeah.
someone.
Something will prevent Leo from going in. John, well, no, we'll see how it plays
Yeah,
out.
we'll
But
see
that's
how
what
it
I think, that like Leo's gonna get distracted and not walk in.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, hey guys, before we move into our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us 5 stars. Hey, but no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. And we do read the comments, and thank you guys so much for leaving them. Now, being a part of the AfterBuzz TV fam has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate your support in us and what we do and what we love to do. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our show.
Yes, yes, yes.
This announcement brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV. All right, Skedali and Doop Doop on. Michael, you are so shady for this. Oh no, not Michael, Tami. Shady.
No, Michael.
Tidbits.
I did that.
Yeah.
Uh,
that was Michael.
oh, okay.
I won't throw you under the bus for that. I'll be like, oh yeah, Tammy.
we have our tidbits with Eric, Rex, Sarah, Maggie.
Parentheses.
Which, yeah. Listen, I think the only thing you need to know from this storyline is that Sarah confessed to Maggie that she has feelings for Eric. And
I want to know what potion Maggie is taking. Suzanne Rogers.
stay so
Oh, to
young
stay so
and-
snatched?
Yeah.
Oh my living
She always looks good.
word!
Listen, she's like, I am a living legend on this show.
Go on QVC and sell that stuff, please.
Right? Oh my god, this jacket is a mess. Sorry. And then Rex, just needing help with having. It's like, Rex, realize this. You're going too fast. Slow down. We're good. We're
Very
okay.
desperate, yeah.
I think
very.
I sent you guys a little note saying every time he opens his mouth, I want to kick him in the face.
Yeah.
When he said to Chloe, I noticed that guy looking at you because you're drop dead gorgeous. I'm thinking, that's inappropriate. What he just said to Chloe, that's inappropriate.
Okay.
Did you know what I'm saying? Like that was,
I didn't catch it,
That
but-
was just so like you.
But I feel
are
like-
saying you're in love with someone else and
But was he trying to make her feel better about something when he said that?
But that's
I didn't
not
catch
gonna-
that line, so.
yeah.
But I feel like
did.
they're friends. So, like, you had your friends come to you and say, look, you're.
But that's
you're hot.
weird. That was a weird moment for
Well,
me.
Well.
No one else? Anyone else catch that moment? I'm the
Yeah,
only
they're
one.
like, it's creepy.
It is kind of creepy. It just didn't make any sense.
Well.
Which is
Moving
why
on.
I wanted to kick him in the face.
I will admit I get confused. Sometimes I look at Rex and Chloe, and I forget that he's not Brady, and that they don't have a past. And I for some reason can't get that ingrained in my mind that that's not Brady anymore. That's Rex. They don't have a long-winded history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um.
So it confuses me.
All right, well, moving on. We have Chloe, Stefan, Gabby, and Brady.
So is Gabby, what's her deal? Did he hit the nail on the head when he said to her, "You're jealous"?
I don't know.
What do you think?
It kind of made me go.
Because she went
Oh.
on and on and
Yeah.
on. And
Yeah.
I hate you, and I wouldn't
I
touch you
was
with
like,
a 12-foot pole.
Ooh, is that why she's so
Maybe
funny?
she does have a little,
Maybe.
Little something,
crushy
something.
crush.
Yeah.
Maybe because I can tell you this. I was kind of rooting for Stefan and Chloe.
Yeah.
But after that kiss, I was like, maybe not. But then I was also kind of like, I wish he didn't ask for a kiss to see if there was a spark. I wish that he would have asked her out on a date
Yeah.
to be like, let's see if we have a spark. Because I like
Instead
them.
of like,
I
let's
think-
make out.
Yeah, I think there's something, but like I think a kiss was too much, and Chloe didn't seem. She seemed on the fence, like maybe she is feeling something, but she's not sure what she's feeling because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And she was very upset finding out that Brady had hired his own private security to watch her, which scared the bejesus out of her because there was a guy that kind of looks like the Mexican cartel that was sitting
Yeah.
at Doug's place, and
She was going to pull that trigger.
yeah, and Rex noticed it. I almost called him Brady. Rex
Sorry.
noticed it, and there was a tuggle, and then it came out and all that.
Another idiot moment. Don't look now.
I know. Don't look
But
now.
there's a guy at the
but-
bar with a gun. Yeah, like that's gonna calm her down and make everything okay. Yes, right. Thank you.
It's very all of that.
He lost. The Price is Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then Brady and Gabby are gonna team up. It looks like to take Stefan down.
Yep.
So that should be an interesting pairing, seeing as how he already helped her with Gabby Sheet. So that should be good.
Yeah.
All right, on to Hope, Ted, Rafe, and Kate.
Yes,
Ted is testing the waters.
he is, and there's waters to be tested.
But I think
Is there an argument to be made for Rafe always running off and not paying
I think
attention
so. I think
to?
there's a somewhat of an argument
Yeah.
to be made.
Yeah.
Always
Like
going
not
off to,
making Sierra a priority?
rescue other.
Yeah.
Well, okay, my defense in Rafe with the Sierra situation is, like, yes, he did not. On one hand, he did not know that was going to happen when he left.
Right.
Should he have taken the first flight home when he found out?
That's the argument.
We don't know what he was really dealing. All he keeps saying is that he was dealing with Johnny. Maybe the Johnny situation was so severe that he didn't feel he could leave, or maybe Johnny was like, you can't.
He
leave,
is
you can't
not
leave.
the father.
But he's the stepfather. He's okay. So you're saying
FaceTime. Hey, little Johnny, you gonna be good.
I
But
see
no,
your
but
point.
you have a-
But I mean,
you-
you can have like a father-son relationship, like
No.
a strong bond with a stepfather or a step.
You
son.
have a wife, and you are running to the aid of your ex, whom you just cheated on your wife, even though y'all were broke up with. Like, no.
And the minute
absolutely
he
not.
found
In that
out
respect,
that Sierra was
you have a point.
missing, he should have come,
come home.
home. Yeah.
It's
No
listen.
question.
Let's just do this. Cancel Hope and Rafe. Hope and Ted. Rafe find somebody. Boom.
What do we think of Rafe? What do we think of Rafe and Kate? Do we
Yay!
want them to explore?
I don't
Yes.
mind Rafe and Kate.
I always like Rafe and
didn't
Kate.
they
I like their
explore at one
dynamic
point?
together. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So they have a history already.
They do.
And they do have a cute little dynamic. But
He's good
again,
for her.
is this another situation where they would be better as
friends?
Like what did you say? How did you put it? With Abe and Sheila.
There was no chemistry.
No. How you put
Partner
it?
in crime?
Partner in crime. Yeah.
Got it.
I think I would be more for that than Kate and Rafe getting romantic again. But,
We'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Well, that has been your week of days. It is now time for our favorite part of the show, which are the segments. And we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap. Thank you. All right, so listen. This goes to the Days writers who gave us what we needed, what we wanted, and what we didn't know we were going to enjoy.
Yes.
So with that whole compilation of Diana's fantasy of how it's like, how many ways can we kill Marlena?
Oh my God, this picture
It
is
was
hysterical.
the best, and with each door open, they received the snap, and I was living my best life. So, Days writers, along with Diana and John, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right, and now it's time for... Designer Days.
Well, this is perfect. This week,
It is
Designer
perfect.
Day Spotlight is going to Claire, Miss Olivia Rose Keegan.
Oh, hello.
Look who just got in
Just
the
in
house.
time.
Just got here.
Headphones are falling off.
This is perfect.
Yay,
You can have
should I
a...
wear these?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
please.
and have a Britney moment.
I can do it really good sometimes.
That was really good.
That was
Thank
amazing.
you.
That was amazing.
For our
It's-
podcast people, is it Brittany or is it Liv?
right, right.
Brittany. And you're not allowed to swear on here, are you?
Not supposed to,
Not
but-
supposed
Okay.
to. But we have a rule. If you do it, just apologize later.
Well, if I'm quoting Britney Spears, then it's Britney, bitch. I'm done.
Well,
I'm
you're just
dead.
in time for our Designer Days, which
Yes.
Tami just gave to you for this
You
week.
have the Designer Day Spotlight this week for
Ooh.
this fantastic band style jacket.
Isn't it so
It's amazing.
Sergeant Pepper's,
Yes.
Michael
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Janet Jackson? Thank you.
Yes.
Went online. It's Free People band jacket, literally is what it's called.
Oh, wow.
It was out of stock, which was a total bummer. But cropped silhouette. This is for our podcast people who are not getting the visual here. It's a cropped silhouette, button detailing, collarless style jacket, open front with metallic and button detailing on the cuffs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
congratulations, Liv. You get Designer Day
Thank you so
Spotlight.
much. That's so sweet. I feel like this is the start of Claire's style getting a lot better, in my opinion. Just better as in, more bad girl edgy instead of
It's been very
bohemian.
boho chic for a long time.
Very boho for the
Yes.
past 3 years.
Yes.
And so I'm excited for a little switch up. Yeah.
Well, that has been
I just wanted to sing along.
welcome to the ridiculousness of the show.
Thank you so much. I love it already.
All
Wow.
right, and we have one more segment, and that is Caption Dad.
All right, this week's photo.
Ooh. What's the
This week's photo comes to us courtesy of Judith Chapman and Drake Hogestyn in one of many of Diana's fantasies.
Because he's in ecstasy right now.
I know.
The
With his hanky. With his hanky. I love that he had a hanky.
Little snot hanky.
That's hilarious.
And this week's caption goes to Janine Dermple Janine
Dalrymple?
on Facebook with her caption, John, I may be crazy, but at least I don't levitate like Marlena.
Oh.
I don't know. She's had her possessed moments.
I mean,
Sort of.
She looks pretty possessed.
Yeah.
Right?
Like she's seeing the.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's great.
Listen, she is living the only fantasy right now.
all right.
And that has been all right, and now we have a full hour almost dedicated to the one and only, the very talented, the very beautiful, making her first ever DISHIN Days appearance,
Popping the cherry.
Is it me?
Miss Olivia Keegan.
I'm popping my AfterBuzz cherry, guys. Oh, I'm so excited.
We're so excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Of course, I know.
It's been forever, and
been
every time
forever.
we've seen each other, you've always said, "I want to come do the show," and we're
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna get you in."
Mm-hmm.
And now that Claire has become.
Do you-
I don't even know how to. Let's just start
are we
off with
calling her
this.
Little Sammy?
On a scale of 1 to cray, how cray is Claire right now?
Right now? Oh, you're seeing her right now compared to how it gets. I'd say it's at a
Oh.
4.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This is her
oh.
4, guys. Are you
Okay.
scared
Oh,
yet?
she didn't start
Listen.
the fire. Oh, no.
We didn't start
She's
the fire.
We did not
Claire
see her
started
li-
the fire.
I mean, but okay, so we have been.
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
We have been like rattling our brains for months about who started the fire because we knew that Ben didn't. So like, what was your
Someone else
reaction when you got the script and it was like, oh, so we're gonna do this flashback and Claire started the fire? It looks like.
That was how the words like formed. Oh, okay. I was so excited though. I was just grateful that they trusted me with that because it's the
Yeah.
first time that I've really gotten to go to extremes, and
Yeah.
I feel like, it's a soap opera. I've been waiting for this moment. So yeah, I was excited, and I ran and told everyone, and we all freaked out. Yeah, it was a lot to wrap my head around because I
Yeah.
had to film the fantasy confession in Sierra's hospital room within the next like 48 hours.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot to mentally wrap my head around to be able to believe the words that were coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made it happen.
You
Oh,
did.
yeah,
You
yeah.
did.
You made it happen.
Well, you guys, we're not leaving you out of the conversation. We will be taking your phone calls and your questions while Olivia is here. So if you have any burning questions, make sure you give us a call.
Did you get
and
that
we'll-
burning questions?
We'll make sure we and we'll make sure we put the number up for you because I tend to always forget the number. So we'll have that for you in a
I
second.
remember 424. That's the only part of it.
Yeah, I only remember the 424 part. But so we always like to find out from people when we first bring them in, your audition, like. How did that
Oh,
come
and I
up?
love hearing these stories from other people.
Yeah.
So
because a lot of times we find out that like a lot of people went into Days multiple times before they landed the role that they have now, and sometimes we find out, oh, they auditioned for this role and then it went to that, and so it's all interesting. So now we want you.
I wish it was interesting like that. I went in for Claire. That was the first time I had ever gone in for Days.
Yeah.
And I just thought Marnie, who's the casting director, was the coolest person ever.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody says that because
She is.
she is.
I met her once, and I was like, man, she's like a cool chick.
Yeah.
She's just
like,
cool,
Yeah.
Tells
man.
it like it
Like,
is. There's
yeah.
no hidden
Yeah.
agenda.
No
She's just
bull.
like,
You
nope.
almost just want to like she's like you want to just chill with her, but you know that like she's that chick that like if a fight goes down,
Yeah,
like
she's a
she's
boss.
right
Oh, you
there
don't
in
want to
it.
mess with.
Yeah.
Like, but you can tell.
Yeah,
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's just a great.
But she's super supportive.
Yes.
And when she's rooting for you.
Oh, she roots for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she always she's just the most personable casting director I've ever met. As for the actual audition process, I went in, I think, 3 times.
Yeah.
First audition, then callback, then I think a second callback. Maybe it was just twice, but I think 3 times. I'm trying to think what was like the most interesting moment.
Did you screen test with anyone?
No.
It was just you.
Fascinating.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Claire started out not as a contract role. I
Right.
was
Just
a
reoccurring.
strong recurring, they
Yeah.
called it. And then 6 months later, that's when that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was relatively calm. I feel like the screen tests add another layer of pressure and nerves and excitement and
Yeah.
coolness. I
Yeah.
kind of wish I got to do screen tests.
Yeah,
because
so Hollywood.
I was so excited when I was like, oh, I'm going to get to do a screen test when they were doing Sierra. And so that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She talked about that. Victoria talked about
Yeah.
that screen test moment.
What I loved is when you first came on, what I noticed immediately was the very striking resemblance that you have with your play
Martha.
parents,
Yeah.
with
And
Martha
Brandon.
and Brandon. Like,
you.
and I've known Martha for years, and like I was like, yeah, I totally buy that. Like, if
Marnie
if they
magic.
had a kid, like,
Marnie Magic.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Marnie magic.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's what we thought with Victoria when she
Victoria.
came
Oh,
on
she
as
is.
Claire.
Yeah.
A spitting
As Sierra.
image of a younger Christian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
It's
Peter
amazing.
Reckle,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
like she
With,
has
with
the-
her own flair.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
like she has the softness of Hope, but the ruggedness
Yes,
of Bo.
the
So
edge.
it's such
Yeah.
a nice
like
marrying
an
of the
edgy,
two.
badass,
Yeah.
cool, beautiful.
Yeah,
I
and
love
then
Victoria.
little Claire came on as this like quirky like little teen
Oh,
who wanted to
God.
be a YouTube star.
And
Wait,
I wanted to say, so your first air date, November 25th, 3 days after your 16th birthday?
Yeah.
Girl, 16 years old.
I was such a little, like, prepubescent.
Were you terrified?
I was very nervous. Like, my first year, I feel like I was, because it was all so exciting. I had been auditioning. I had probably gone on 300 auditions or something before I booked, that was my first series regular.
Yeah.
And it's such a different experience actually being a part of a family than rather
Yeah.
just going in for co-stars or guest stars.
yeah,
So, yeah, I feel like the last year and a half, I just got really comfortable.
Yeah.
Which is great in a way. But yeah.
And this is perfect. It's a perfect segue. One of the fans, Robin, let's see, his handle, Robin Bond 1. He's in South Africa right now. He says hi to you.
Oh, he's with Theo.
Yeah, he's with
Hi.
He's with Theo.
Tell him I say hi and I miss him and I love him.
Question and comment from him is how does she feel that how is she developed as an actress while on Days? Because according to him, he's seen your maturity as an
Yeah.
actress.
Thank
and
you.
you just touched on that. The
Yeah.
last year and a half, it seems like you've really found your groove.
I feel like I can only watch the episodes starting to air right now, to be honest. It's like scrolling too far back on Facebook and you
Yeah.
see photos and you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
cringe,
Yeah.
take that off. Because the world saw me grow up in my awkward phases and in my, so they're seeing everything. I feel like whatever stage of life I was in, I've definitely grown up on the show.
yeah.
I feel like I absolutely have. And my strongest work, I feel like, is definitely in the past 6 months of filming, which is just what's starting to air.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I feel like before that, I definitely have trouble watching it.
Oh, no.
And, and like,
we thought you've been great. Like
you.
I feel like Claire fits, and I think we said it on the show before, what a millennial would be like. Like
I was
wanting
literally a child.
yeah, and like wanting the followers and wanting the YouTube fame
Yes.
and wanting the
It's the
all
epitome of
that.
everything wrong with millennials. So I'm glad I got to expose that and tell people this is how annoying you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to annoy people.
Yeah.
So I get it when people are like, you annoy the crap out of me. Go away, Claire. I'm like, thank you very much. Since I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Doing your job.
Exactly.
Well, we have our first caller on the line for you.
yay.
Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Brittany.
Oh, are you kidding? I still have brilliant birthdays. I love your name.
Hi, Brittany. Where are you calling from?
From Bakersfield.
From Bakersfield?
Bakersfield.
Okay. Hey,
Hi.
Bakersfield. You're on live with us, and we have Olivia Rose Keegan here. Do you have a question or comment for her?
I just have a question.
Okay.
Have you? Who's like one of the actors that you haven't had scenes with that you wanted to?
Ooh.
Oh, so
That is a
many
good question.
people. I would always get so excited when they would throw me in the melting pot, and I'd get different people. Ooh, what's the one person that I never really got to work with as much as I wanted to? Well, I'm not gonna say. I would say Victoria, because we started to become really close towards the end of me filming.
Yeah.
And we never really got. It's so crazy being able to do a scene with your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish I got to do more of that, but I'd say Victor Kiriakis or
That was actually
Eric
the first
Marsoff
person.
or
Oh,
I
Eric,
feel like
yeah.
I never really got to work with.
I
those
feel like
people as much as I
everyone
wanted
wants to work with Victor.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He's
a
a
common
legend.
answer.
Yeah.
I feel like it is a I feel like I've heard that before. He's just a legend.
Yeah, he is. But
such a presence.
he's so shady and catty. Like I would just love
I
to go
love
like
it.
toe to toe with him. Like
He's
it's
so
like you say
snarky.
something- Yeah.
Claire could throw so much shade right back.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
that would be a good
Shade
standoff.
off.
Shade off.
Yeah,
Shade
I
off.
really
Yes.
enjoy.
Well, thank you,
I really
Brittany.
enjoy his scenes, Victor.
Yes.
Always.
His one-liners are funny.
The one-liners are hilarious.
He's so good.
Well, thanks, Brittany, for calling in. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Brittany.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I believe we have another caller on the line. Nope, that caller went away. So here's what I liked, and we talked about this when we when the teen scene like first like started developing. So we had you, we had Sierra, we had Theo, we had Joey, we had Jade. Like, what was that time like? Because for us, and you were just a little tiny tot for Christ when this was happening.
I was such a fetus.
Yeah. But for us, I think our teen scene was like Belle and
Yeah.
Philip
Belle,
and Sean
Nadia,
and
or Chloe.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then it was nice to see like this new teen scene. So
New generation.
Yeah. So what was it like for all of you to like be a part of the show during that time?
It was so fun. We were like a little family of little munchkins. I feel like we're
Yeah.
all so young. I just saw Paige and James the other night.
Yeah.
Paige was in my acting class for a bit, and we got paired up as scene
Oh
partners.
my gosh.
Oh.
And not to mention, we went to high school together, and our high school
wow.
had like 6 kids in our grade, so tiny school. And then I showed up one day, and I was like, Paige! She was sitting in the makeup chair, so that was really fun. And yeah, so we've just been seeing each other a lot. Actually, we would get together every week and rehearse
Now you're from
our
up
scene.
north?
Northern California.
Yeah, San Rafael.
Yeah. Are you familiar with
San
that?
Francisco? I'm
No
from San
way.
Francisco, so I was like,
Bay
oh my
Area.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. When did you come out here?
Oh gosh, probably in the early 90s.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I've been
Oh,
out
yeah.
here a while. So
Okay.
Paige is from up north as well?
No, Paige is from. I went to high school down here.
Got it. Okay.
Paige is from Texas originally.
All right. I love such a small world.
Yeah.
It is a small
Oh my
world.
God.
Well, shout
Yeah.
out to Paige and James who have both been on our show before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Aw,
back
I
in the
love
day,
them.
they're so great. So shout out to y'all if y'all are watching. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Welcome. You are on live with AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Kimberly from Maryland.
Hey, Kimberly from Maryland. What's your question
Hi.
or comment?
Well, I had a comment and a question. My
Sure.
comment was designer days. All you guys' jackets, I'm really loving. Tami, I'm loving yours.
Thank
Tony,
you.
Olivia, Michael.
She inspired
stepped
me.
game
It's like,
up.
you know, I got to come on with the cool jacket
Right?
today.
We all had to
We're
bring
all
the
cool
fashions today.
jacketing.
We knew Olivia was going to come in and slay us all, so we were like, we got to step it
no.
up a notch.
And for
no,
the
that was
podcast listeners, Olivia is wearing this incredible black leather jacket that's got this floral motif going
Yeah.
through it. She's looking
Very
amazing.
rocker chic.
Yes.
Very rocker
Oh,
chic.
that's
She's
cool.
literally
Yeah,
rocking
yeah.
it.
Thank you so much.
And what's your question?
And then, it's more like a statement.
Okay.
I really wish that they would have kept Clara on. I love her crazy eyes when she's thinking of something or plotting something. And I was just hoping like they would have kept her on, and then as she got older and got Power, because Crazy and Power would have been so good for Clara.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy
yes.
and Power always is a good show.
It's a doozy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it, and keep watching because we're gonna keep her here for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I've said on this show many a times, we're seeing like this different side of Claire, which reminds me a lot of Sammy Brady,
Yes.
who was played by Allison Sweeney, who like, you know, when she was like growing up and like around Claire's age, she had this like, I don't want to say like,
Mean streak?
yeah, kind of crazy, kind of boy
fire,
crazy.
You know? Fire and
Yeah.
stuff.
The thing is, she
yeah.
wasn't like legit crazy. She was just very devious.
She was
Yeah.
just
and just very
impetuous
selfish
and
Yeah.
devious.
Yes.
And it's like, I want what I want, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, I want what I want, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do in order to get what I want. And I feel like that's kind of how Claire is.
She's just highly motivated and passionate, and she's a go-getter, that Claire. Because, you know, I have to justify it all. And,
Yes, yes.
And that is the core, you know, it's definitely mixed with a little bit of a chemical imbalance. But, yeah, she's entitled in that she feels like she deserves a lot, which, you know, we do deserve a lot. But
Yeah.
it just kind of takes it a little too far.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I believe we have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Sarah.
Hi,
Oh,
Sarah.
hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, you.
Hi,
That's
hi,
her.
Olivia.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I don't know if you remember me on Twitter.
Oh, Sarah, you.
You,
Yes.
yeah.
I absolutely do. I love it when you tweet me. I see the notifications, and I think I saw something saying that you were going to call in today.
Yep. And she made
Oh,
it through.
yay.
Yep.
Thank you so
She
much,
did it.
Sarah. I appreciate you.
And I was wondering, in your perspective, like, who does Claire like more, Trip or Ben?
Trip or Ben?
Who does Claire like more? Well, that's actually a really good question.
That is a good
because Claire needs Ben to cooperate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And they
her
have a
little-
really good rapport. Like he calls.
Yeah.
He calls her out.
He calls me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's
and
fun.
I call him out in a very no, I manipulate him. But am I kidding? But it's all for Trip. Everything she does is for Trip because you know that's where her heart's at. So I think she likes Trip more because she loves Trip. She just needs Ben to cooperate so that she can have Trip. That's the end goal.
Yeah.
Hashtag
And
goals.
I love it when you do the pouty lips when Trip talks. I was like,
Thank you.
"Ooh."
Yeah, I that was just something that little mischievous Claire felt that she should do. Are you talking about when I was hugging Haley in the last episode?
When
so.
Trip was hugging Haley
Yeah.
after she
Yeah.
brought
yes.
dinner.
Oh, poor Haley.
Oh, poor Haley.
Oh, really, poor Haley. But oh, thank you. I'm glad you likes it.
Well, thanks, Sarah, for calling in. We appreciate you. I'm glad you were able to call in and talk to Olivia.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye,
so much, Sarah.
Bye. I can tell you what we all loved from Claire this
Oh,
week
my living
was when she discovered that Haley was at the loft and they had the little thing, and then Haley went off to take a nap, and oh my God, what was the line?
Hang in there, Haley.
Hang in there, Hales.
Yeah.
I think I tried to say Hales and like, hang in there, Hales. And Albert was like, too much too soon. Oh, okay.
But
okay.
it was such a like.
Fake. It
Yeah,
was
girl.
so
Yeah.
fake.
I literally laughed, and
Perfect.
I watched it like a couple of times. Like I was like, she does not care about Haley at all. She's about to tell on her, And so when she went and called Eve, I was like, oh, here goes little Sammy Brady.
Here she
Here she is.
Here she goes
Which
again.
it
That's not the line.
totally made sense for Claire to call Eve because of their connection that they had. And like looking back at Claire's like storyline, I forgot that when she first came on, and
Eve was her champion.
well, yes,
Yeah.
but when they brought back Belle and Sean, Claire didn't like that Belle and Philip were hanging out a lot
that's
and
right.
seeming to get closer. So she called Sean and her dad and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to come." And I was like, "That was the beginning of scheming Claire. You always had it in you."
I always had it in me.
Yeah.
And then it's just surfacing a lot right now.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I got to work with Cassie. I have a
Yes.
lot of stuff coming up with her, and it's always just so much fun.
Yeah.
We make a
You make a
fun
good
little
team.
Yeah.
I like it. We have a caller on the line. Hey, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. You're on live. What's your name and where you calling from? What you calling from?
Hi everyone, it's me, Mike Riley.
Oh,
Hi.
Mike Riley.
Mike Riley.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mike Riley.
Sitting on the line for 10 minutes listening to this conversation. No.
Wow.
You know what?
It's fun. It's
You
actually
always
more fun
call.
this way. Just,
You always call with an attitude.
Yes.
We gonna hang up on you next time. No, I'm just
Mike
kidding.
Riley, I hope you've been enjoying the
No,
conversation.
it's so fun just listening to, because it's like I feel like I'm actually there because I'm actually listening to the conversation through the
And now
phone.
you
So
are
I think
here.
It's hysterical.
Welcome to the party, Mike Riley.
Yes. Hi. Hello, Olivia. You're
Hi.
doing great work.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mike Riley?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Good.
I have two questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
First is a small one. If Eve was Claire's teacher and they were going to go away to New York together, why didn't your number come up in her phone when she answered your call?
Because she was just like,
Because
hello.
in Salem, there's no caller ID half the time. We choose when we want to have caller ID. That's just the magic of Salem.
I want that ability.
And my real question is, how would you feel, since it doesn't seem like Claire and Tripp are going to be romantically partnered? I would like to see the actor who played Chase, because I thought he did really great work, come back. And how would you feel about Claire and Chase being the bad guy power couple of sort of your generation on the show?
Well,
That's interesting.
Chase is a rapist, so I
Yes.
don't think we will be a power couple.
Strangled, set people on fire that were related to Claire, Sierra, and Tripp. So I think you can overlook that.
I'm not gonna overlook it. I'm gonna turn Chase down.
I think-
not my man. No.
Unless he's
Yeah,
willing to go
okay.
buy a propane tank and pretend like he started the fire, then
Then we can work
All right.
something out, but we still won't be friends after that.
And I don't mean as a romantic couple. I just mean as like teaming up to kind of
just
like
just
yeah, just a.
rip Salem apart.
I mean, yeah. I suppose.
that would
She
be
says
interesting.
begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
We would. I think we could have a couple things in common and use
Yeah,
each other.
I just really love the actor, and I thought, I was sad to see the character go in that direction. I thought all of you played off each other really, really well.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I
Thank
think
you.
that, actor-wise, I think you and I forget his name. I'm sorry. I think
Jonathan
you guys are a
Van
really
Clinton.
cool team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks,
what a
Mike
flashback.
Riley.
You're very welcome.
That was a good
was,
flashback.
Yeah.
That was the end of my downer question.
No, it was wonderful.
Your eyes
Thank
are really
you.
beautiful. Your eyes are really beautiful.
Thank
big and blue.
you.
So I will leave you with that.
Oh, leave on a good note.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much, Mike Riley.
Thanks, Mike Riley.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I do think a lot of people pre the whole rape thing did like Chase a part of the teen scene as well. And then I think when that happened, it was just kind of like, oh no, we
That's
really
just
didn't
Yeah.
not
want that
a
to happen.
redeemable. That's
No.
just not a redeemable thing.
Well, I don't know
No.
because Jack got redeemed from raping
Right, did
Kayla.
You know, that storyline's been redeemable
Yeah.
for years.
For years,
It's an
so-
old storyline.
So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if he were to come back there just has to be this redeeming quality that kind of happens, but I feel like
I
his
don't think it
character
could fly.
But I feel like his,
especially now.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, Jack is not Jack. Jack doesn't have a memory, does
Yeah,
he?
no.
I don't. But he was redeemed.
he was redeemed a long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
But I also feel like the character in itself with Aiden and what he tried to do and all that, like, it's so muddled that, like, it's going to take a team of experts to figure out
Oh man.
how to redeem all of that.
Yeah.
So, we have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Robin from Boston.
Hey, Robin from
Boston.
Boston.
Hey, what's up?
What up?
I love you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I just wanted to say I love Olivia so much. You're absolutely awesome.
Thank you so
You're
much.
beautiful and your eyes are gorgeous.
Oh, my God. Oh, we hear, we hear
I love
that,
the way you
Boston.
said that so much. Gorgeous. Your accent makes it so much better. I
You
love
can
it.
tell, huh?
Yes. Thank you so much, Robin.
But I just wanted to say I'm so bummed we're losing you.
Aw.
We don't want to lose you, and I'm sad that you're the one who started the fire. But
Yeah,
the
sorry
only good
about that.
thing about it is that you proved Michael wrong. So that's one of the best things.
I'm still not 100%
He still doesn't
sold.
believe it.
Mike-
Okay, so
Oh.
a little backstory. I have
Okay.
been adamant that Ben started that fire.
Yeah.
I have been adamant about it. And even when we saw Claire's flashback of her, like,
He's
the
still
lighter.
not
You
convinced.
still don't
we
think
did
that I
not
did
see
it.
her light anything on fire. We saw her do this.
That's true.
And,
But
and everyone was like, "Oh, but she had the flashbacks." The flashbacks could have been in like
Created
manufactured.
in my head.
No,
Or
it's,
something.
listen,
So-
it's an essence of time. Ain't nobody got time to see like the
No,
whole
but it
lighter
was
fluid and all
necessary.
that kind of stuff. We see the and then she's running for her life because the building is on fire. All we needed to see was and then a run. And a run. That's all we needed.
I've been watching this show long enough, so for that moment of her actually lighting the fire to be omitted,
more.
I think it means something, and so I'm still.
No.
It may not be Ben, but
No.
I
don't
kind
think
of
it
love
was-
that you think that. I'm gonna leave you with that. Maybe I didn't start the fire. Robin,
For
you
sure.
might be in
Here we
luck.
go.
I know, right?
For
Okay,
sure.
I
No,
have Olivia
because-
on my side.
Okay,
Kind
because
of.
listen, because then this is what would have happened. Like, okay, remember when Jordan restarted the fire and then she nabbed baby A and then like walked through the fire after she started it? Ain't nobody got time for that. It was just a and a run. That's all we needed to
What
see.
was it, Tony?
Didn't run.
And a run.
Okay.
That's all we needed. Well, thank
That's
you,
good.
thank you, Robin, for calling in with your question and comment. We appreciate you. Shout out to Boston in the house.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Of course. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye,
Robin.
Robin.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I
Um,
definitely didn't do that right. Robin.
Robin. Where's Robin
Robin.
Scott Wilson?
I
I know
know,
he
yeah.
was
Need him.
Robin.
Yeah.
Robin.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the shippers would like us to know, and this is to you, Olivia, not like responding like what Claire thinks, but you, Olivia.
Yeah.
Are you on board for the sin ship?
Yeah.
Isn't it good?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna take this clip and make it viral. So like,
Those Sin fans.
so it's gonna
Those
it's gonna be
Sin
good.
fans.
Those
I
Sin
love
fans are
those
on
Sin
it.
fans.
But it's magical. It's beautiful. Like
Yeah.
I want that moment. We were talking earlier about Claire and Tripp, and I said, I'm sorry, Olivia.
Say it.
I don't know. I'm not feeling
About-
Claire
yeah,
and Tripp because
yeah.
you know why?
I feel you.
Because I feel like Claire
Needs a
wants
bad
it.
boy.
Yeah.
And Claire, I mean, God, if there was Claire's that crazy clingy girlfriend that you're just like, bye.
Yeah.
Claire needs to get herself together, man. She's putting too much pressure on the poor kid.
Everything and
Yeah.
and lying out smoking.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how she sleeps at night. Well, also because
She rationalizes everything.
Yeah.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, because all crazy people don't think they're crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course. No, I felt bad for Trip throughout this whole thing. I send my condolences to you, Luke Sad. I love him. He's so great.
But I love that he is so like on to Claire. Like as much as
But
she
no,
tries,
he's not.
But as much as she tries to hide things, like okay, the first thing was like the whole lighter thing, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna hide it behind my back, and then I'm gonna slip it into the jury box, and then he had to be like, one of the Hardy Boys and like go investigate and like, or like Scooby-Doo in the gang and go, oh, look, it's not a ghost.
He just continuously gives her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Which is
Ignorance is
wrong.
bliss.
Oh my God.
I think who started this, like, if you're going to be on a soap opera and you're a man, you better hang your balls at the door.
So true.
Because they go out the door when you go on a soap.
That's funny.
Ignorance is bliss
Yeah.
for Trip.
Yeah. What was the most shocking thing that you read in the script regarding your character from the beginning up until this week?
Oh, the fact that I started the fire or didn't start the fire. Yeah, and then there's more crazy surprises, but if I said that, Maya might come over and just start beating mine. But so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Was there ever like a storyline that you looked at and was like, man, I wish Claire was a part of that one?
Ooh la la. Well, Marlena being possessed by the devil.
Oh.
I think that would be so fun if
little tiny Claire walking in like, Grandma.
Yeah. Or maybe Claire is possessed or is the devil.
Oh.
That's a thought.
Because it could have been passed on.
Yes.
Yeah, she is my great. Maybe it skips a generation.
Interesting.
A lot of things
like
do.
that. I like that.
Being possessed.
Yeah.
So
Hair color, eye color, demonic possession,
Yes.
all that jazz.
I don't
Yeah,
want that.
that's definitely the storyline I would want. I just think if you're gonna do a soap,
You should just
do
go
it.
there.
Yeah.
Go there.
You should go there.
Yeah.
Stepping away from the show for a second, to you and your music, and give us an update on that because you had an EP come out last or a couple of years ago.
that wasn't
It was a while.
that wasn't my music.
Oh, okay.
That was I didn't write or have creative control over that.
Yeah.
But it was such a great opportunity.
Yeah.
That was just music that Claire had sung on the show.
Right.
And that was written by Genesee Nelson, who's Brent's daughter, and Brent's the musical director. So yeah, I wouldn't consider that my original music by any means, but it was a great opportunity. As for my music, I have so many songs that I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah.
I'm so anxious and antsy and excited to just release. In the past, couple months, it's definitely, gotten exciting.
Where's the music come from? Anyone else in the family?
Actually, well, definitely not my mom at all. I love you, Jules. My dad sings a little bit, but it mainly comes from one of my uncles, Uncle Tom. He's a singer-songwriter, and he has he's written probably 5,000 songs over his lifetime.
Oh, wow.
And so far. And he's, that's the only other
musically inclined relative?
Really musical relative. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my sister, not at all, not in the business, as far away from it as possible. Yeah, it's interesting.
Have you always wanted to pursue music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have, but I feel like I haven't really had much to say until the past couple of years.
Right.
So, yeah, I've always been doing music, casually. Since I started with musical theater, so that was both acting and music, and I always had that bug inside of me, but I didn't really start utilizing it and, finding out who I was musically until the past year or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the chat room, I don't know if I should ask this one.
Ask it. Or maybe not. What is it? Now you have to.
Marlon Wallace wanted to know, and he said that I should ask you this.
Okay.
And this is a direct quote. You should ask her how it was kissing your man, Kyler.
Oh, Kyler, it was so good.
You give a boy a compliment one time about a towel drop, and suddenly
Is it your boy, Kyler?
You are Tony Pettis.
I don't blame you. I have a crush on Kyler. I love him so much. Oh, it was so good. It was so fun. He was like we were like really tight, and it was just so fun. I think we didn't know that you weren't supposed to kiss in rehearsal. Oh. And so we would kiss, and Fran, one of our stage managers, comes out and kids don't kiss in the rehearsal. I'm sorry. That was a bad imitation. I love Fran so much.
Why is that? Why do they not want you to do that?
Apparently, you'll mess up your makeup.
Oh.
Apparently, which I get, but we were just like, screw that. We had fun. I love Kyler, and I miss him, and I still see him, and I love him.
Oh, well, tell him we said hi.
I totally will, especially you, Tony.
Thank you so much.
I totally will. I promise.
We still have time for phone calls, and when I remember what the number is, I will remind you guys. But in the meantime, make sure you put your questions in the chat, and I will read them aloud. Like this lovely question, which is there a show out there that you want to be a guest star on? Because here on this show, I put myself in Days all the time. I have a whole storyline, character name,
Can I hear?
everything. Okay.
What's your name? So, yes.
First of all, his name is Terrence.
Terrence.
And it actually came to me in a dream. I had a dream that I booked something on Days of Our Lives, and the character's name was Terrence, and I was bawling because, like, it's been my dream to have, like, a under 5 on Days. And so I was like, okay, his name is Terrence. Now, I come to Salem looking for my mom, Maxine. I don't know if you remember Maxine, but she was the nurse that used to be in the hospital, like, maybe like a few years ago.
3-4 years ago.
She had like a reoccurring role, but like I met her at Day of Days and we took a picture. I'm like, this could totally work. I could totally be your son. Then Michael Mattis had the brilliant idea that I could be Paul's physical therapist, who's also gay, and like Paul and I could be paired together.
Oh yes, you see, it's so fun to create your own storylines.
But that storyline went to another tall, dark, and handsome.
Literally the week following when I said that, it happened.
It was like
bizarre.
That Sunday he said it, and then that Tuesday when Paul left for San Francisco. Insert physical therapist who also came out as gay and whisked him to San Francisco. And I was
Are
just
you
like,
serious?
Yes.
This is my life.
Who was that character? Who was the physical therapist?
I can't
remember. I don't remember.
I think it was someone John found.
Yeah.
Okay. It was before I was. Yeah.
But it was just like I did a whole like Insta story about it, and
you did.
I
There's a couple
love
Insta
it.
stories about it.
Manifest that.
Upset.
I don't know how you haven't been on the show already, at least in the square.
I know.
Like,
I mean, I used to walk around quite a bit. I haven't been there in a while to do any shopping. I know. Okay, but back to you. What show would you insert yourself in, and what show would you want to be a guest star on?
Ooh la 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 la. Ooh.
Or your top 3.
I'm thinking like, who are my biggest crushes? And what shows are they on? Like, is James Franco on a show right now?
Oh my God, James Franco could be doing anything right now. He
could be teaching at UCLA.
Yeah.
He could be in a Hulu show. He did 11/22/64, I think. I didn't watch it, not yet, but that is my birthday, so I take it as a sign. Oh God, I'd love to be on Game of Thrones, a period piece. I haven't even watched the past. I watched the first 2 seasons, and that's it. I need to go back to it. I stopped because the only time I would have to watch it was right before bed, and I would have awful dreams. Awful Game of Thrones, just awful dreams. I needed to stop, so I switched to Sex and the City. Best decision ever. I would love
Sex and the City.
Love to be on Sex and the City. If
Oh my God! If you were on Sex and the City, I would totally be like the new GBF.
Oh my God! Please,
And
yes. What was it? What's his? I was gonna say Terrence. What's his name?
Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my, you could totally be
I could
Stanley.
totally do that.
Oh my God, yes.
Can you imagine us wandering around the streets of New York, like getting into all kinds of trouble?
Getting Manolo Blanc. I don't know how to say that, but she's been talking about him on the episodes I've been watching. Manolo Blanc. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I can be Carrie and Samantha. And
personality.
It's a one-woman Sex in the City.
Yep, I can be all of them. Mostly just Carrie and Samantha.
I'm more of a one-man Golden Girl than Sex in the City.
I see it. I see it.
Someone also suggested Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're coming out with another Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, I think I went out for that. I think I auditioned for it a really long time ago.
Oh.
Like, I'm picturing like 3 years ago. So I guess it's just coming out. Well, that would be super fun.
That would be a good one.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting a show that I would love to be a part of. But I think I got the main ones. Vampire. Yeah. I'd love to play a vampire. Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
And work with Ian Somerhalder.
Yes.
Yes,
the
please.
Eyes, the eyes.
Me World 2 wants to know which Days star did you enjoy filming with the most?
Well,
I mean, one is very obvious.
I think it's pretty obvious.
But besides her.
Besides Victoria. Because that was just so fun. Who did I love? Thea and Lucas.
Yes.
We had such a fun little dynamic. Thea was the greatest addition. I love her so much. She's just the sweetest, coolest freaking human. I loved working with her. I loved being so mean to her. I mean, I felt bad, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Just to, Thea.
What do you think about, because a lot of fans have kind of gone back and forth with the immigration storyline. What were your thoughts on it when it was first introduced, that whole immigration storyline? Did you think it was like, okay, yay, this is great, or
I thought, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's really great. I'm happy that they're addressing it. And
right.
I'm again the epitome of Claire's view isn't politically motivated
Not at all.
all.
Yeah.
So she's just doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to get her out of the States. But I'm so happy that they're doing it.
Speaking of Victoria, Princess Felicia B wants to know.
Princess Felicia B. I love that name, by the way.
What do you and Victoria do in your spare time? They love your Insta stories.
Oh my God.
First of all, y'all are always traveling. Y'all are always in Vegas.
And we're planning another trip right now.
Oh my gosh.
We are but the thing is, we don't even need to travel. Like, we literally can go to Target and get kicked out. We went to a yogurt shop the other night and we're too much fun and got kicked out. So what do we do with our spare time? We can do anything and everything in the world and like not have an activity to do, but we'll just have so much fun. I mean, we just like hang out at my house a lot and eat and then go get like yogurt. I don't want to shout out the yogurt place because it's in Beverly. It's a really good Greek yogurt place, but this employee was very disrespectful to us. So we will be reporting that. But yeah, off topic.
Consider yourself Yelped.
Yeah. Consider yourself Yelped and reviewed everywhere. Be ready. But yeah, we do everything. I feel like I have so many videos on my phone of us that are just, they're too outrageous for the world to see.
What's funny about it is when we follow the both of you, we'll see like you post a video and then immediately Victoria reposts it.
Yeah.
And it's with like a comment or something, and then she'll post something and then you repost it. And it's like, these girls just have fun together.
Hashtag bestie goals.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
and we don't even, we'll leave places and events and we're like, damn, I wish we got a video or something or capture that, but we just have such a good time that we just forget to, and we forget to, you just live in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Not everything needs to be a story.
Did I get snapped? Did it happen? God, I hate some of that. Oh my God. But yeah, no, it's good.
Annie Goen wants to know, what is it like working with the legends Drake Hogerson and Deidre Hall?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
You can learn so much from them. And they're both so professional and wise. I mean, Drake has just so many life stories. He's the most interesting person to listen to. I wish I could like record when he talks and just like as I fall asleep, just play. I met a wolf the other night, and then it ran. I don't even know, but that's just what I think when I think Drake is his magical stories about wolves. Yeah, they're both great.
How familiar were you with Days before you joined? Were you a part of a household that watched the show?
I was familiar-ish. I
Yeah.
knew that my two grandmothers watched it, and I learned all about it from them. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna be working with Marlena. So that's how I got introduced to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was around, and I respected it. But I think it's so cool. Victoria's mom learned English.
Yeah, she told
Such
us
a great
about
story.
that. Yeah. You can learn a lot by watching
Yeah.
Days. I just
Yeah.
hope they didn't learn how to switch paternity tests and
I
bring people
know.
back to life.
God, I know.
That's a lot.
Oh, man.
Was there somebody when you started that kind of, Scott Holston asked this in the chat room, was there someone in particular or two people in particular that like kind of took you under their wing and kind of showed you the ropes of Days of Our Lives?
Yeah, Martha and Brandon.
The parents?
Because they were my parents. They were literally, they both, were maternal and supportive and showing me all the ropes. And that's who I had most of my scenes with when I was just starting. So definitely those two.
Yeah.
I think, actually the first 2 days it was Jason Cook, the other Sean.
Yeah.
And he was great too.
Yeah.
The first couple months at Days are kind of like a blur to me
Mm-hmm.
because I was so young and I was just so nervous and preoccupied with everything going on. But yeah, they definitely showed me the ropes.
What have you learned, just as an actress, from being a part of a soap? Because everything is so fast paced, and there's so much dialogue that you have to learn very quickly, and the emotions have to be there. You only get 1 or 2 takes.
One take, man.
Yeah.
One take.
So what have you learned and
I've learned
gained from
everything.
this? Yeah.
I feel like there's so many answers to that question. I have learned you have to trust yourself, completely follow your instincts, and obviously believe what you're saying, but just trust yourself. You have to say F it and just go for it.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of overwhelming sometimes. It's like the best boot camp, 8 episodes a week.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So sometimes you feel like you don't know what's the words that are coming out of your mouth. But I would just, yourself, you get to know yourself and what you need for your process. So I would, sometimes I would get scripts and I would just sit in my room for hours and hours and hours and look at the words if that's what just to get it in my mind. You just, it helps you know yourself and know what you're capable of. It's great.
Do you kind of feel like you can do anything now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
Makes you fearless.
Yeah.
And that's almost fear. I'd like to say that. That's the greatest feeling as an actor, to just, oh yeah, I've been kidnapped 5 times already. I got this. Yeah.
MeWorld2 says, another question for Olivia. We in the chat room, I love that she's like the head of the chat room.
I love this.
We in the chat room consider Claire the little Sammy Brady. Your thoughts on working with Allison Sweeney?
I wish I got to work with her more. I don't
Right.
think I had one. I maybe said hello to her in a scene before,
Yeah.
but I never had any scenes with her. I've seen her work a little bit. Not much, not as much as I'd like to, but
Yeah.
she's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She's
She
got
is.
the fire,
Yeah.
and I love to see it.
She's
Yeah.
fearless. Going
Yeah.
back to what you were
That's
saying.
kind of a
Yeah.
missed opportunity, like a Sammy, like an aunt niece relationship.
I
Yeah.
know.
One of the things I want to ask, and I want to make sure it's not a downer question. I'll pick it back up. Being in the soap world, soap fans are very dedicated people, and when they dislike a character, they're very vocal about it.
Right.
Because you started this so young, how have you been able to kind of waver through that so that it doesn't get you down, or
right.
was there a moment where it did affect you? Like, how does?
I mean, yeah, there were moments where it did, but then you realize, like I said at the beginning, I think I'm supposed to annoy you.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to, and a lot of the times people can't separate the actor from the character.
Yeah.
And so they just direct their thoughts to the actor towards you. And you just have to realize how lucky you are to be doing what you're doing, and realize that maybe they're just not separating you from your character.
Yeah.
And they're saying things that they should be saying about your character.
Right, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
all been good.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have to have thick skin.
Mhm.
You have to, it's the entertainment industry. You know, we're here to entertain, and people can pick and pry and do whatever. And
Yeah.
and that's just the nature of the game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. If we had Claire and Olivia both in the room together, right?
Stay away.
What do you think Olivia has learned from Claire, and what can Claire learn from Olivia?
Oh, such a good question.
Yeah.
If Claire was here right now, what would I have learned from Claire? Be strong, be bold. I mean, yeah, she took it too far, especially at the end. But go for it. Go for
Yeah.
it. I think I've learned that from Days as Olivia working on Days too.
Mhm.
But Claire is so ambitious. She just follows wherever her heart takes her.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we can all admire. Sometimes, you know, too much, and she knows that she shouldn't be doing some things, but her emotions are super strong. She's living life fully.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
bad, or indifferent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
doing it full-fledged. There's no half-buttedness.
Yes.
So half-heartedness.
Yes.
It's all full-fledged.
Yeah.
What has Claire learned from Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Or what would I, because Claire hasn't met Olivia. But if Claire were to meet Olivia, I'd tell her to go to therapy. I'd tell her that it's okay. It's okay, Claire. You don't have to be all these things and like chase after it and make yourself crazy.
You're enough.
You're enough,
Yes.
Claire. So, I mean, yeah, she's enough. She needs to practice some meditation every day.
I can't see that.
Oh God, I think that would be a great Days episode of just of having Claire like trying to meditate. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good. See, that's a good one. I like that. I wish I were a twin sometimes because I would learn a lot of life
Yeah.
lessons.
Yeah.
But
I'd
that's-
also just kill my twin.
Yeah.
We would not get along.
Just done. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Push.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all the time we have right now.
That flew by.
I know. It always flies
Yeah.
by.
Thank you guys
But
so
thank you for
much.
coming in. Like, we were so super excited to have you in today,
Yeah.
and just to let you know that like you have been doing an amazing job as Claire, and like the stuff that's coming up, we can tell is going to be super good.
Thank you
So
so
like, I
much.
can't wait to see how it all unfolds and how it
If we're at
unravels.
4 right now,
Yeah.
Oh
Listen.
yeah.
Scared.
I cannot wait.
He's scared.
Then
He's scared.
we're about to get to level cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, level cuckoo
Real-
4000.
Yes, real
Uh-huh,
soon, real
uh-huh.
soon.
Thank you so much. I really
thank you.
appreciate that.
Of course,
Thank you
of course.
so
Like you've been
much.
doing such an amazing job, and I
Yes.
hope that you know that.
Thank
and I think
you.
that you have given us the levels of Claire that we needed to
yeah.
see in the different times that Claire has been in,
Yeah.
and the different situations that she's been in. How she would truly like react to those. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. And this
amazing
is the
job.
reason. There's an imbalance or something going on. This is the
Yeah.
reason she's been so annoying all these years.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know, just irrational.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you guys so
Oh, thank you.
much.
Thank you. All right, before we head out, quickly, Michael Mattis,
Yeah.
let the kind folks know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at mlmattis1 and on Twitter at mlmattis1. Instagram at mlmattis.
You have been doing this show
All
for
those
years and you
together.
still don't know your handles.
You can find me on Twitter
I still don't.
at Tami Goveia and Insta, Facebook, Tami Goveia Official.
And Olivia, where can they keep up with you?
Keep up with me on Spotify, Apple Music, and check out my music that's
Yes.
not out yet, but
Yes.
gotta come out.
Yes.
My Instagram is at Olivia Rose Keegan, and my Twitter, I'm pretty sure, is at Olivia Keegan with 2 N's.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down.
Oh, yay. Yes, I got it right.
And of course, you guys can find all of us on Instagram, Facebook, DISHIN Days, or on Twitter, _DISHIN Days. And you can find little old me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Olivia,
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
Bye, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.